Ladies and gentlemen, today is Friday, February 19th, 2016. My name is Jake Baldino. Welcome to the Untitled Friday Gaming News Show. Pardon our appearance here, it's a little messy. We're changing where we do the show, so just bear with us. We're having fun here. But in any case, the show must go on. So let's start off talking about, like always, Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro, who recently had an on-stage talk together at DICE, and it was pretty awesome. The best part about it was that Guillermo del Toro said, and I quote, "I'll do whatever the fuck he wants," in reference to working with Hideo Kojima on a new game. And that's really exciting. They also exchanged a lot of things, like what they love about each other's work. Hideo is a big fan of Pan's Labyrinth, which makes a lot of sense. And Guillermo's favorite scene from the Metal Gear is Psycho Mantis from the original Metal Gear. That's awesome. These guys are just so buddy-buddy, and I love it. And they talked about how ambitious the scope of his new PlayStation 4 game is going to be, and I'm totally all about it. Also on Twitter, Cliff Bleszinski, the creator of Gears of War, popped up and said, "Hey, Hideo Kojima actually wanted me to work on Silent Hills with him. I'm glad he ended up declining because he knew he just wasn't up to the task, but that could have been interesting." It's just another potential path the world could have taken in video games, and it didn't, and I think we're better off. We're not better off without Silent Hills, but... And in some quick emulator news, EPSXE got its 2.0 version. This is the biggest update this PlayStation emulator has had, and it's pretty impressive. It's got a bunch of new stuff like improved performance, team viewer integration, some support for plugins, and just updated graphical stuff. And speaking of graphical stuff, DX12 has been added to the Nintendo Dolphin emulator, and there's some footage out there of Mario Galaxies 2 running in 4K, and it looks kind of incredible. I linked all that stuff down below as well as everything else I talk about today. You guys know the drill. Oh, and another news real quick. At the time of this video, if you're watching, SEGA is giving away more free games on Steam. They already gave away Jet Set Radio last week. But right now, up for grabs, there's actually a lot of good games like Streets of Rage 2, Binary Domain, and one of my personal favorite games ever, Condemned, Criminal Origins. Go. I clicked the link. I added the link. Go. Get it. Free video games. What do you want? And since we are talking about big game studios, let's talk about Bethesda, who right now is kind of like the top dogs with Fallout 4 and stuff like that. Todd Howard, in an interview at DICE with all the stuff going on, spoke about what Bethesda Game Studios is making next. And contrary to popular belief, you know, they usually work on one big game at a time. They're working on 3 separate projects now. Tom Howard. You're Tom.
I am Tom.
Todd Howard is quoted as saying, "We are doing 3 longer-term projects. We'll talk about them in the future. They're different from anything we've ever done before, while also being a Bethesda-style game." Todd Howard is saying that these are different than anything they've done before, with one of them still really being a big and crazy Bethesda-style game. It leads me to believe that one of them has to be a new Elder Scrolls game. Elder Scrolls 6 could be pretty awesome, especially if they're really trying to do different things here. Like Fallout 4 is great, but one of the things that they kind of stuck to formula with it a little bit. You know, with a whole new ambition and a bigger scope, I feel like they can make a new Elder Scrolls game more than just a bigger, better Skyrim with better graphics. But we shall see. I'd like to tell myself that one of the projects they're working on, they got their hands on Prey 2, but I still really think that that's done. We did do a video a while ago, I linked it below. It talks about the history of Bethesda and the game studio and the separate publisher and how they're differentiated. You should check it out, I recommend that. Also, Bethesda announced their first details for their expansions for Fallout 4, and they're pretty impressive. They are doing some scummy shit with the season pass starting to go from $30 to like $50, which kind of sucks. I'm really into the Automatron stuff because it's like you can fight and build and collect your own robots, which is pretty sweet. Also, later in the year, they're doing the Far Harbor expansion, which is the big addition of a landmass to explore. And that looks cool and unique, and I really like the promo image because it's got the Vault Dweller and Dogmeat just in a boat cruising around. Also, since I like to show you guys weird stuff, look at this weird Skyrim. What the hell is this? I can't believe people make this stuff, but you know what? I think the world is better for it in a weird way. And speaking of the world being a better place, let's talk about Kim Kardashian's mobile game. All right, it's crazy. We need to take a look at this here. Kim Kardashian's mobile game has been monumentously successful. It's huge.
Not a word.
Monumentously, it's not. Fuck. Kim Kardashian's mobile game has been like hugely, insanely successful, and I think it kind of like we need to take a look at it and see what this means for video games. The game has been downloaded 42 million times and over 3 billion play sessions logged. That is huge. That is massive. You can't ignore that. These are other types of people that play video games. They're not us. but they're out there. You know what I mean? You see what I'm getting at here? Like, I feel like there's like an untapped potential for more people to play video games that are just kind of scratching the surface with Candy Crush and stuff. Or maybe they should just get fucked and we don't want them in our community. I don't know. What do you guys think? And since we are cruising right along today, it is a busy news week. Let's talk about Mass Effect Andromeda and one of the lead writers for it. They have officially turned tail, left BioWare, and is actually working for Bungie now. The only reason I really put this story in this video is because I wanted to say that maybe now Destiny will have a story. Gotcha. And some news of people saying things that they probably aren't really allowed to say. GameStop's CEO said that PlayStation VR is going to be launching this fall. That sounds like a believable date to me. You know, and as much as we're all talking about the Vive and the Oculus Rift and stuff, I think the PlayStation VR, there's a lot poised and a lot resting on it in terms of how it can have the keys to really break into the mainstream market more than anybody else. It has the bigger install base. It doesn't have all this things to overcome, like having a big beefy PC. It's just you buy it, you hook it up to your PlayStation 4, and you get VR. At least I hope that's how it works, and I hope that's how consumers are able to use it. And fall seems like a likely time for this to be happening, so I'm looking forward to finding out. And last but certainly not least, let's talk about one of my favorite games of all time, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. It's getting a fan remake. These guys are going back and rebuilding the entire game in Unreal Engine 4, and they are going to be sued up the ass. I mean, I don't know if they actually are. Things are weird in legality terms, but it's very likely that Disney could sue the hell out of them. That being said, it does look like they're doing really good work here. The environments look incredible. And they said that when they do release it, they're going to release it for free. If you go on their website in the FAQ section, one of the most frequently asked questions is this legal? And they said in response, we believe so. You believe so? Good luck with believing, but I'm really looking forward to a new shiny coat of paint in one of my favorite games ever, so I wish you guys the best of luck, just like with the Shadow Moses remake. Also, if you guys are interested, here's a link to my channel if you want to subscribe over there. I just put out a video about Firewatch, and I got some mixed feelings about it. So those are the coolest things I think were worth mentioning this week. One last thing, the giveaway we do every single week. There's a link below, you click, you sign up once, you're entered forever to our mailing list, and every week I go in and pick a random winner to receive a free game of their choice. This week's winner is... congratulations! You won a free game. I'm so proud of you. Check your email. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching this show. I have so much fun doing it. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What do you think about the stuff we talked about this week? Are you ready for a new Elder Scrolls? What else do you think Bethesda's working on? Are they trying something completely different? I'm very curious to see what it is. We also talked about emulators a little this week, so let me know in the comments, what's your favorite emulator to use? What's the easiest one? Leave a comment, I'll be down there. I'll also be on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all that shit, at Jake Baldino. Follow me there. Let's hang out and talk about video games. You guys know the biggest way to help us out and kind of leave a tip is clicking the like button. It helps us out so much. And subscribing if this is your first time here is a great idea because we put out videos every single day. But as always, guys, I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Pizza's on me. Now listen, it actually is. If you ever see me in real life and we're near a pizza place, I will buy you pizza. You mark my fucking words. I swear to God. That's what I want to do. I'm just that nice of a guy. I just like pizza. I'll use any excuse to eat it.